Hello, friends. It's me here telling you about the Library of Lost Things. One day, in 1974, someone strolled into the Elmwood Park Public Library in the suburbs of Chicago. The air buzzed with the hushed energy of readers absorbed in their books. Sunlight streamed through the windows, illuminating motes dancing in the air. Our visitor made their way through the organized chaos of bookshelves, each one a portal to different worlds and ideas. Their fingers brushed against countless spines, their eyes scanning titles and authors until they found what they were looking for. It was just a small book of poetry. Nothing particularly rare or valuable, just something that caught their fancy at the time. They checked it out, added it to the growing stack of books in their arms, and disappeared into the wider world. At the circulation desk, a librarian marked the book as checked out and stamped the date in the due date pocket. They had no way of knowing that this seemingly mundane transaction would become a tale of its own. After that, everything seemed ordinary. The person carried the book through life, their existence intersecting with countless others, none knowing the unique role this particular book would play. Life went on, filled with its joys and sorrows, its triumphs and struggles. The poetry book became part of someone's personal narrative, perhaps sitting on a nightstand, offering solace during lonely hours or accompanying them on a cross-country move. But as the years rolled by, it slipped further from the public sphere. Eventually, the Elmwood Park Public Library ceased to exist as it once was. In 2003, the original building was demolished, replaced by a modern structure just a block away. During the transition, countless books got misplaced, some forever lost. Among them could have been the small poetry collection, its absence going unnoticed among the hundreds of other misplaced volumes. In the meantime, the world around libraries was changing rapidly. Technology boomed, upending how we consume information and entertainment. Amazon rose to prominence, offering instant access to a universe of books at our fingertips. As the dust settled and the online age dawned, libraries adapted. They offered audiobooks, Wi-Fi access, and computers for public use, attempting to stay relevant in a fast-evolving world. Some people stopped visiting altogether, viewing libraries as outdated institutions. Others embraced the changes, seeing libraries as anchors of progress, committed to serving their communities in new ways. Through all these changes, the poetry book resided somewhere in the physical world, a relic of a bygone era. Its cover, once vibrant, may have faded with age. Its pages, filled with ink, could have yellowed, becoming brittle with time. It silently bore witness to countless moments in someone's life, providing solace, inspiration, or companionship during both sunny days and stormy nights. Who knows what thoughts and emotions it absorbed within its covers? What dreams did it nurture? What tears did it silently catch? What secrets did it hold? All of this is left to our imagination, adding layers of mystery to the book's story. Then, improbably, the decades passed. The book survived changing times, fads, trends, and technologies. It lived through multiple seasons, offering quiet companionship through thick and thin. The world kept spinning, bringing with it new challenges and discoveries. The pace of change quickened, and yet the book endured, patiently waiting for its moment. Then, suddenly, after nearly 50 years, the poetry book reappeared. No fanfare, no dramatic return, just someone walking into the Elmwood Park Public Library with a worn book in hand, perhaps having just found it while cleaning out an attic or moving to a smaller residence. Whatever the reason, they brought it back to the library without making a fuss. For the library staff, however, it was more than just a routine return. When the book was scanned, the system alerted them to its lengthy absence. A collective gasp echoed through the room. The book hadn't just been missing for a few months or even years, but nearly half a century. Everyone stopped what they were doing, staring at the screen in disbelief. Was this really possible? Could a book truly be lost for so long and then simply reappear as if by magic? The news quickly spread, transforming the ordinary act of returning a book into an extraordinary event. People gathered around the computer, whispering in awe. Some didn't believe it, thinking it was a prank or a mistake. But the evidence was clear. The book had indeed been absent for 48 years, since July 1974. This wasn't a case of mistaken identity or an elaborate joke. It was a genuine mystery, a puzzle with missing pieces. Why had the book been gone for so long? How did it survive for almost 5 decades without being noticed? And, most importantly, why was it returned now after all this time? Despite the shock, nobody at the library expressed anger or frustration about the overdue book. They understood that life happens. People move, priorities change, and things get misplaced. Moreover, they knew that books have a remarkable ability to endure. They can survive for centuries, outliving their owners and continuing to tell their stories even when separated from their original audience. After announcing the incredible discovery on social media, the library braced for questions and discussions. But the response surprised them. Rather than focusing on the book's absence or the potential fees that should have been owed, people were mostly delighted about its return. They marveled at the poetry book's resilience, its capacity to withstand the test of time and remain relevant even after disappearing for almost 50 years. Many saw the story as a testament to the enduring power of literature. A book that had been loved enough to be held onto for so long was now back where it belonged, ready to inspire new readers. Some commented on the poetic irony of a book about poetry causing such a stir. Others shared their own experiences of losing and finding cherished items, creating a sense of community and shared experience. The staff were touched by the positive response. Instead of dwelling on the negative aspects of the situation, people celebrated the book's safe return. They understood that material possessions are replaceable, but the emotional connections we form with them are irreplaceable. In the coming days, the poetry book became a local celebrity. People from neighboring towns and cities heard about the story and made the pilgrimage to the library to see the book for themselves. They gathered around the shelves where it was kept, eager to connect with an object that had bridged the gap between generations. Local media picked up the story, amplifying the book's journey beyond their wildest expectations. Television crews arrived, cameras in hand, eager to capture the moment. Photographers snapped pictures, their flashes illuminating the humble book with an almost otherworldly glow. But through it all, the poetry book remained grounded, its pages filled with words that had inspired, comforted, and entertained countless readers over the years. To the library's delight, the attention brought renewed interest in poetry. People who had never considered reading poetry before now wanted to explore the genre. They picked up collections from the shelves, eager to discover the beauty and power of words. The library staff were thrilled to witness this literary awakening, realizing that the poetry book had played a pivotal role in inspiring it. As for the book itself, it continued to serve as a source of comfort and inspiration. People sat quietly reading its pages, allowing the words to wash over them and carry them away to distant lands or introspective journeys. In the weeks following the news coverage, a steady stream of poetry books poured into the library. People who had misplaced similar volumes years ago were moved to return them, hoping to reunite their own lost treasures with their rightful place among the shelves. The library staff welcomed each returning book with open arms, understanding the profound emotional connections people forge with their favorite stories. Finally, after nearly 50 years, the Elmwood Park Public Library had its poetry book back where it belonged. The staff arranged it on a display stand near the entrance, ensuring everyone entering the library could appreciate its unique journey. As people entered, they paused to admire the book, their fingers tracing its well-worn cover. Each rustled page was a testament to the enduring power of literature to connect, inspire, and endure.